It was a cold winter morning when the world witnessed one of the most unexpected corporate rivalries. The world knew Pepsi and Coca-Cola were competitors, but nobody realized how deep the battle was about to become. A mysterious figure stood on the edge of a shadowy boardroom, watching as both companies prepared to make their next big move. Little did anyone know, this was the beginning of a war for the future of the beverage industry. In the late 19th century, two men were on a mission to change the world. Caleb Bradham, a pharmacist, created Pepsi in 1893 with the aim of providing people with a refreshing drink that could help digestion. Meanwhile, Coca-Cola, created by John Pemberton, had already gained a loyal following. But Bradham's vision was clear. He wasn't just going to settle for being a regional drink. Pepsi was determined to rival Coca-Cola, and so began their rivalry. In the early 20th century, Pepsi struggled to keep up. Coca-Cola was the giant, and it seemed unbeatable. However, Bradham refused to give up. With bold marketing tactics, Pepsi began to carve its space in the market. The most daring move was the 1931 ad campaign, where Pepsi targeted the young and the rebellious. It didn't take long for Pepsi to make a name for itself among a younger generation that was seeking something new and different. By the 1950s, Pepsi's breakthrough came. The famous Pepsi Generation campaign was launched, targeting the baby boomer generation. This was a game changer. Pepsi wasn't just a drink. It became a symbol of youth, freedom, and change. As Coca-Cola stuck with its traditional image, Pepsi embraced the future, using vibrant colors, music, and dynamic imagery that spoke to the desires of the modern generation. The 1960s brought an unexpected twist. A major shift in public opinion was happening. Coca-Cola had long been seen as a symbol of American tradition, but Pepsi began to win over global markets. The rise of international markets marked the beginning of Pepsi's global ambitions. But Coca-Cola wasn't about to let go of its crown. Both companies were now competing on a global stage, vying for the loyalty of consumers worldwide. In the 1980s, the battle took an unexpected turn with the launch of Pepsi's famous Pepsi Challenge. Consumers were asked to taste both Pepsi and Coca-Cola without knowing which was which. The results shocked the world. Pepsi was winning, and it wasn't just a fluke. Pepsi's taste was considered more appealing, and this moment of truth set off a massive shift in consumer loyalty. Coca-Cola had to respond. But how? Coca-Cola struck back with a monumental blunder in 1985. The introduction of New Coke. The company believed they could improve their formula to compete with Pepsi's growing popularity. But what they didn't anticipate was the backlash. Consumers were furious, leading to the company's rapid return to the original formula. Pepsi had, in effect, won a major victory. But the war wasn't over yet. As the decades rolled by, Pepsi and Coca-Cola's rivalry became a defining feature of global culture. But it wasn't just about taste anymore. Both brands began to push the boundaries of marketing, creating massive campaigns that crossed over into music, sports, and pop culture. Celebrities like Michael Jackson and Beyoncé became the faces of Pepsi, while Coca-Cola tapped into the power of the Olympics and Christmas advertisements. The 21st century brought new challenges. Health-conscious trends started to shift consumer preferences away from sugary sodas. But Pepsi, ever the innovator, diversified its portfolio, introducing healthier options like bottled water, juice, and energy drinks. Coca-Cola followed suit, but Pepsi's ability to adapt quickly made it seem more in tune with the times. Yet the war continued in new, unexpected forms. As the digital age took over, both brands adapted their strategies to reach the younger, tech-savvy generation. Social media became the new battleground. Pepsi and Coca-Cola launched viral campaigns, each trying to outdo the other in creative digital content. The fight was no longer just about which drink tasted better. It was about who could capture the attention of the masses in an age where the internet ruled. Pepsi had evolved into a global phenomenon, but the war was far from over.